Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
I am Tayo Salam. It's great to have you join us again.
All right, we'll start with the Aiteo Cup. We have the last 8. They're talking about the quarter-finals. Plateau United not there. And surprise package.
Gateway United, I tried to warn you. I tried to warn you, Cecilia. You didn't listen.
Quarter-finals. And of course, Nasarawa also made up for that. Canopilas and their Sunshine Stars, they all just managed to escape and get into the quarterfinals.
Also on the show this time around, let's go to Europe, where Lionel Messi has agreed a new 5-year deal to remain at Barcelona.
Barca for life.
Yes, you can say that again.
Also on the program, the NBA Finals is tied 2-2 in Game 4. It was all about Chris Middleton on the night, and of course, Devin Booker, both having 40 points on the night. But then, well, Middleton was the winner at the end of the game.
There you go, the NBA Finals tied to a piece after that very crucial Game 4 victory for the Milwaukee Bucks over the Phoenix Suns. That's where we're starting off the show from. Confirmation of the results. Cecilia, very, very interesting and tight game that went down to the wire. At the end of the 4 quarters, it was the Milwaukee Bucks pulling out a 6-point victory to tie the NBA Finals series to a piece.
And Chris Middleton, 14 fourth quarter points. Finished with 40 on the night. And Devin Booker put up 42 points. But then it wasn't enough because for Chris Middleton, he wasn't alone. Giannis Antetokounmpo contributed 26 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists. Drew Holiday also added 13, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. So that also actually helped. But if you check at halftime, it was level of the series, but then Booker had piled up by 18 points in the third quarter, but Milwaukee made the key plays in the final quarter. That's why it was important, and that was what they did. And of course, the series is tied right now.
Yeah, for long periods, the Bucks were on the brink of losing Game 4 and going 3-1 down. But like you said, down the stretch, they made the crucial plays, especially Chris Middleton making 10 straight shots down the stretch, and that contributed to that particular victory over the Phoenix Suns. They also got help from Brook Lopez, 14 points on the night for Brook, as well as Drew Holiday, 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. For Drew Holiday, he didn't really shoot well, just 4 for 20, which is awful, but he played great defense on Chris Paul, and that kind of knocked up Paul off his game. And for Chris Paul on the day, didn't really cover himself in glory.
He had 5 turnovers on the game, especially that late one that actually cost
that was very crucial. That was very crucial. Yeah, fell on the floor, and the Bucks went to the other way. Got a point.
Picked it up and gave it to Chris Middleton. And put up that 2 point. That was just 27.2 seconds left to play.
This is what we want. Cecilia, we want a Game 7, obviously. It's the NBA Finals, so it's supposed to be competitive. And that's exactly what it's turning out to be. Let's get post-game reactions this time around, coming first from the Milwaukee Bucks camp. I'll get a listen to Giannis Antetokounmpo and Chris Middleton.
Not perfect. I feel like I've had a great career so far. Every year I feel like I advance my game, and as an organization, we take a step forward most of these years that I've been here. As far as the other stuff, I really don't care about. With myself, with this organization, it's all about taking a step each day in the right direction.
Going down the stretch, just do whatever it takes to win the game. Just put yourself in a position that can win the game, and I saw the play coming. I saw that Chris Paul was throwing the lob, so I'm just going to jump vertical, towards the rim. Hopefully, I can be there in time, and I was there in time, and was able to get a good block and go down, get to a point. So it was a great hustle play.
Those guys, Cecilia, Giannis and Chris, combining for 66 big points in that victory against the Phoenix Suns. And Game 5 is going to be on Saturday,
And
back in Phoenix.
Arizona.
Yeah.
And he was actually talking about that crucial late block that he had to deny Andre 18.
What a
And
block.
What a block.
What a block.
That was just awesome. And of course, Pat didn't really had to do much about that.
So-
So that key three-pointer, I mean, these guys, everyone, that's what you talked about, like a team. You're having someone having 40 points on the night and everyone making contributions. On the other side, you have someone having 42 points on the night.
And the others didn't step up.
They didn't step up,
That's where
so-
we're going next, Cecilia.
Great defense. Yeah, I was talking about those that didn't step up. Chris Paul is one of them.
Yeah.
And because I was just a spare thought for Devin Booker this morning. Let's hear the reaction.
It was me. I had 5 of them. You know what I mean? It was bad decision making. Timely, we down 2, and I try to cross over right there, slip, turn it over. Had some bad passes in the first half. You know what I mean? They got, a significant amount more shots than us. And so, for me, I got to take care of the ball. If we got 17 turnovers, we shoot the ball too well not to have those opportunities to score.
I think 17 offensive rebounds, 17 turnovers. So that's on us as a team. The group that was out there was holding it down, defending at a high level. It's just, we have to close possessions. And, that's obviously something that, hurt us tonight. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not a good day for him at all. A good day for his game, for his play, but not for the whole team. Because 17 turnovers, and Chris Paul admitted, yes, he had about 5 of that. Well, it wasn't good enough because most of the turnovers were actually a costly error because Bucks had to use the opportunity to benefit, scoring about 24 points on that turnover at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Which is really impressive.
so the Bucks are taking full advantage of the carelessness of Chris Paul and the entire Phoenix Suns side, and that's why they've lost Game 4, and we're going to go to Game 5 on Saturday. Hopefully, it's as exciting as what we saw early this morning. All right, so our top performers, we already mentioned them, but just a confirmation, Devin Booker on the night, 42, 1 and 2. He's got to stay out of foul trouble as well, too. That's when he was off the court, they just couldn't get anything done without him. So in Game 5, he's got to make sure he stays out of foul trouble. Chris Middleton, of course, the second best player on the Bucks, stepped up big time, 46 and 4 on the night.
And he said to keep improving. We'll see what's going to happen in Arizona in Game 5 on Saturday. Okay. Now, let's see a bit of tennis, Tayo.
Okay. Yeah.
Isn't it wow?
Hamburg, yeah.
Yeah, in Hamburg Open that is taking place. Stefanos Tsitsipas made a winning return to action. I mean, he reached the quarterfinals, a victory over Dominic Koepfer in straight sets. Having lost that 5-set epic that he lost to Novak Djokovic at the French Open final, he crashed out the first round of Wimbledon against Francis Tiafoe. But then, going back to Hamburg in the clay court, well, it was just a flying start for him. He won 7-6, 6-3. You would say the productive workout he had was really good for him because this game lasted 1 hour, 44 minutes. He dropped 7 the first game of the match. Immediately, he was able to come back, breaking the contest, and then he just went on the final set and just wasn't as tough as it had in the first one.
Yeah, second set was a lot more straightforward compared to the first, which went into a tie break. For Tsitsipas, Cecilia, he's had a very mixed start to the ATP Tour. You mentioned the French Open epic, which he lost to Djokovic. Then what does he do next? He goes to SW19 and loses in the first round at Wimbledon. So, so him going back to Hamburg now is all about trying to return to winning ways, and that's exactly what he's done. He's going to take on Filip Krajinovic for a place in the semifinals. That's after the Serb defeated Filip Kohlschreiber earlier in the day. So the journey continues for Stefanos Tsitsipas in Hamburg. That's
He wins
it.
this 500 more points for him.
All right, so that's it for tennis, slice of tennis. We'll come back tomorrow, of course, to give you more on that competition. Let's go now to our Olympics countdown. Every time I'm about to talk about the Olympics, brings a big
smiling.
smile to my face here. You notice, right? It's 8 days to go, Cecilia.
Okay.
Eight.
It's next week Thursday. Just know that.
So let's do it that way
Yeah.
next Thursday.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
incredible. I mean, we're counting in single digits now because I remember when we started, Cecilia.
It
It's
was
just,
triple,
yeah.
double, and
Now.
now just single.
Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Of course, we're about to dive into and give you all the updates you need to know about the Olympics. Of course, starting with Team Nigeria. Cecilia, the second batch of Team Nigeria have arrived finally in Japan, not in Tokyo just yet because they're in Kisarazu. Cecilia,
That's a training camp
for Team Nigeria, which is just Kisarazu is not too far from Tokyo, some few kilometers from Tokyo, and that's where they will be before they move into the games village. As a matter of fact, about 70 to 80 kilometers from central Tokyo. That's where Team Nigeria are at the moment. Of course, Japan, they're like 9 hours ahead of us, or 8, thereabouts. So they're in the afternoon right
Yeah,
now,
of
and
course.
I imagine they're getting
They've had their
busy.
lunch
They've
already.
had lunch already,
Already.
exactly. They're trying to acclimatize and settle down. I imagine they're trying to recover from the jet lag as well, so because it was a very, very long trip from Abuja to Kano to South Korea, now to Japan.
But the pictures you're seeing right here is actually the one of Thomas back. That's, I would say, precedent where, you know, he's in Japan, of course, he's been there for a while, talking about the historic, that the games definitely once it, the fact that Japan has been able to overcome so many challenges to be able to host the Olympics is one of the biggest. So he feels that this will be a historic Olympic Games. Okay, he was saying this during a meeting with the Japanese Prime Minister Yoshida Suga and also other organizers of the team, talking about the games, because in Japan right now, what's happening? Just yesterday, they reported about 1,149 new COVID-19 cases. That's the highest tally since January 22nd. So the fact that they've been able to overcome this and move ahead with the Olympic Games shows that it's going to be historic. Let's listen to IOC President Thomas Bach talking about this.
This will be a historic Olympic Games for many different reasons. First, they will be the first ever postponed Olympic Games in our long history. Second, they will be historic for the way how the Japanese people overcame so many challenges in the last couple of years. The great East Japan earthquake, and now the coronavirus pandemic. This was only possible because of the many unsung heroes among the Japanese people, the medical staff, the nurses, the workers, and each and every Japanese who is following so diligently the strict rules having been established by the different levels of government. Billions of people around the globe will be glued to their screens, and they will admire the Japanese people for what they have achieved under these very difficult circumstances. And for this, I would once more like to express my heartfelt thanks to each and every Japanese, to all the Japanese people.
Yeah.
All right, that's Thomas back there. He's always so optimistic. Even before it was postponed last year, he kept saying it will hold until they discover that it can happen. And his optimism hasn't really stopped yet. He's still talking about this. I just hope that, as he said, it will be a historic one for everyone, knowing that at the end of the dark tunnel, you're able to see some shining light.
That's the message from, it's always been the message from Thomas Bach, the fact that we've had to overcome all of these challenges, COVID especially, of course, to stage the Summer Olympics. I mean, imagine canceling the Olympics altogether. That would have been unheard of. So, anyways, we're talking about our guys.
Earlier, our Team Nigeria.
Yeah.
They are in
Kisarazu,
which is their training camp.
Yes.
About a total of 28 athletes and officials actually arrived at about 4 p.m. Nigerian time yesterday. And of course, Chika Chukwumerije, who is a member of the Nigerian Taekwondo Board, led this team. And they had to wait for a few hours to observe the COVID-19 protocol before they were admitted into the, the Kizarazu camp where they will be staying before they move to the Olympic Village, because they'll have to do all the tests, everything necessary to just ensure that they're able to do that. But we know Team Nigeria will be competing in just 9 sports, yes, not too much. But then in all, we have 58 Olympians that will be taking part in Tokyo.
Yeah. Nice little warm welcome for Team Nigeria, and thank God for joining us. Wishing them all the best as they settle. Of course, they're settled in now in Kizarazu, which is in Chiba, and they'll be looking forward to going next to the Olympic Games. Just saw a picture of Patience Okon George walking by the camera right there. So all the best again once again to Team Nigeria as they all aim to get on the podium at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics.
I'm sure they all can't wait, because they've been waiting for this for so long. You waited for 4 years, and they have to add another year to it. They've waited for 5 years. And for some of them, it will just be their last Olympics. So I'm so happy that the Olympics is taking place. So by next week, Thursday, we'll be seeing, something really cool.
Yes, exactly. We'll be talking about the opening ceremony and all of that. All right, let's go on to China now and give you updates coming from the world's most populous nation in the world, about 1.4 billion people. So they're sending just 400, more than 400 to the Olympics, which is...
431 to be specific.
To be precise, right there. 431 athletes to the Olympics as a part of a 777-member delegation. The team includes 298 female athletes and 130... Yeah, we've been seeing this a lot recently. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyways, 133 male athletes with a range in age from 14-year-old swimmer Huan On-chan to 52-year-old Equestrian rider, that's a horse rider, Li Zheng-chuang. Wow.
Okay. They already secured 318 sports in 225 events for 30 disciplines. So it simply means they're taking part.
Good one for China. We'll see where they end up on the medals table. Let's move on quickly now, Cecilia, to Team USA.
Yeah, the swimming team also, they've arrived in Tokyo.
Fantastic. What else on USA? There's also the fact that they unveiled their outfits for the ceremony, for the opening ceremony.
Yep. This is the swimming team of the US arriving in Tokyo. Just opening ceremony, of course, this next week. And this team are really ready and hopeful for more medals. We know when it comes to swimming, Team USA,
of course,
can afford it awards. With Michael Phelps retired, I know others are definitely fired up.
Yeah, there are so many great swimmers.
They're favorites.
So
no doubt about that.
So that's them arriving at the Narita International Airport near Tokyo. All right, let's move on to this one. I'm very excited to talk about it. The Team USA outfit has been unveiled for the opening ceremony, and there's something very unique about this. That's because it is expected that Japan, Tokyo, will be very, very hot and humid during the Summer Olympics, obviously. And because of that, they have decided to design uniforms that come with air-conditioned jackets. That's ridiculous, Cecilia. So all the Olympians that are worried about the oppressive heat and the humidity can chill out now, thanks to this solution. Cecilia,
it's crazy.
I mean, it's lovely as well. I mean, that's technology, advancement in technology. In 2021, we can get opportunity to see this. Of course, it's an iconic designer in America that is in charge of all of this.
Well, let's listen to the reason why they had to do this, because they want the athletes to be comfortable no matter the weather they are in. They will be comfortable because there's batteries and everything that can operate this outfit.
Can regulate.
To just regulate outfit. It's remarkable. We'll get reactions from that.
This time around, they had to plan for it being very hot and humid. Japan, the climate, it's hot and humid. When you're doing the ceremonies, you're outside for hours, standing in the stadium. So this blazer is definitely a little bit thinner than ones we've had in the past. The jeans are very, very lightweight, very thin, and won't be too hot. So sitting right here, this is the flag bearers jacket. So they have a white one where the rest of the team will be wearing blue. And the cut hole on the base of the neck is where the fan will be, the cooling technology, as well as a battery pack, which will go in the pocket of the jacket, where when you're holding that flag, which is heavy for hours, they'll be able to stay cool in that heat of Japan.
Welcome back.
Welcome back indeed.
Time for you guys to talk to us. We need your feedback, especially what's concerning Lionel Messi, 5-year contract. Why would he have to wait if he knew he was going to be Barcelona for life? He's 34 years old now. So send us an email at sportthismorning@channelstv.com. We'll definitely make our time to read every one of your messages. And of course, Team Nigeria, where the second batch, they've arrived in the training camp. So tell us, how many medals do you think we can win? It's just 8 days to go. And you've seen so many teams sending like as much as 400 athletes. And like, okay, we have just 58 in all, 80-something, both the Paralympians and the Olympians. Yeah, we know we're not as big as China or other countries, but we're bigger than Australia. But then that's the numbers of athletes that will be taking part in 9 sports. That's how it's going to be. So tell us, how many medals will Team Nigeria win? And of course, the NBA, the finals, is it going to go to Arizona or maybe Milwaukee? So tell us, it's tied now 2-2 for Giannis and for Chris Paul. Both players really need this because they've never won a championship before.
You can talk to us about the Aiteo Cup as well. So the giant killing run of Gateway United continues as well. This time around, it took out Wiki Tourist, and that's where we're going next, the Aiteo Cup, where the quarterfinalists have emerged.
Well, obviously. And we'll be joined by Austin Okonakman in London and also Fisayo Dairo in Port Harcourt. Guys, welcome to the program.
Lots of greetings, guys. Good to be on the show. Good morning, Fisayo, and good morning. Sport greetings to all our viewers, wherever they are in the world.
Fisayo, how you doing?
Good morning, CC. Good morning, Tyre. Good morning, Austin, and to everyone watching us from around the world.
Thank you for joining us, indeed.
All right, let's start with confirmation of the results from the Aiteo Cup round of 16 men. What happened yesterday? Kano Pillars had to go into penalties before they were able to beat Kebbi United. It ended goalless, 3-2 on penalties. And the game between Gateway and Wiki Tourist ended goalless. Also, Gateway won penalties 4-3. And Green Beret and Sunshine Stars, I was shocked about that. It was goalless also. I mean, Sunshine Stars, lottery of penalties was what helped them. 5-4. It was so close. Katsina United and Gombe also ended 1-1. Gombe United
a lot of draws there.
A lot of draws and all. And they had to go into penalties. So it was just Abia Warriors and Niger Tornadoes. Abia Warriors are out, beaten by Niger Tornadoes 3-2. Plateau United and Nasro United. That's the only game that was straightforward. And also the game between Bayelsa and Lobby Stars. Heartland losing to Rivers 3-1. Nasarawa United beating Plateau 3-1. I wasn't too surprised about that, but I thought it would have been close, just like you have Abia Warriors and Niger Tornadoes, and Bayelsa and Lobby Stars ended 2-0.
Indeed.
So, guys, I'll start with Fisayo Dairo. These FA Cup, call it, FA Cup traditionally, but the Aiteo Cup, it's one of these how do I put it, league cups are just where you see most of the upsets across the world. Gateway United is one of those teams that you never expected to go this far. But right now, they are in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, it's a very interesting scenario, and this is why I like the knockout format for the Aiteo Cup. In the past couple of years, we've had cases whereby there were groupings in group stage before they get to the round of 16 and quarterfinal. But because of the time constraints this year, we headed straight into the knockout format, and it has thrown up enough upsets. Now we are going to the quarterfinals. We have 4 MPFL sides, 4 NNL sides. That just summarizes it. And just yesterday, like you were pointing out, a number of NNL sides eliminated MPFL sides. Niger Tornadoes, it's shocking to believe that they've participated in 2 of the last 3 finals. A team so loaded like Tornadoes, so to say. They were in the final in 2017 in Lagos against Aqua United. They lost on penalties. 2019 in Kaduna against Kano Pillars, they also lost on penalties. And yesterday, they outclassed Abia Warriors, a team I so much respect in spite of their dwindling form in the MPFL. They were leading 3-1 at a time before Yakubu Ahmed pulled a goal back to make it 3-2 for Abia Warriors. So that is what we love the cup competitions for. And what about Inowere? Bayelsa United outclassing Lobby Stars 2-0. Both goals scored in the first half, and Emma James and this cousin of Blessing Okadi of those days, Koruga Okadi scoring the goals for Bayelsa United. This is why we love the cup. We want a chance for the underdogs. We want a chance for the teams that do not have the kind of financial power, financial muscle that all the big guns in the top division have. And that's why I'm loving this. And not to forget, I was in Aba yesterday to saw that game between Heartland and Rivers United. And I must say it was a spectacle right from start to finish.
Indeed.
Yeah, Austin, you love the underdog stories. I mean, you always love the stories that you're shocked. How did this happen? So which one actually got you talking? Which one actually got your attention when you were monitoring the whole games?
It's definitely Bayelsa United and Lobby Stars. Bayelsa United, they used to be a traditional team in top flight football in Nigeria, and then they lost that status. Now they are doing everything they can to make a statement. So if they go on to win the Aiteo Cup, it would be a fantastic upset story. And you get me talking with that one. I also like what Gateway they are doing, beating Aqua United, who are leaders of the MPFL. They've confirmed with their victory yesterday that they didn't do it by fluke, Nope. So Gateway can also tell a beautiful story, but it's sad that up next for them is Bayelsa United. That's two teams from the NNL. So let's see what they can do playing themselves. But it's a sweet story. Niger Tornadoes told us beating Abia Warriors. But Fisayo, let's remember that Abia Warriors, they've been struggling just until their last win against Kwara United. They had gone, I think, about 6 games without a win, and that shows some level of inconsistency that Coach Imama needs to, repair in that Abia Warriors team. But it's a beautiful. Let's not take anything away from the performance of Niger Tornadoes, and that's a team that has shown that they can have the winning mentality when they stay focused. I don't call it the Aiteo Cup, even the FA Cup here in England. I call it the Upset Cup because it gives us opportunity. These smaller teams go on and make a good name for themselves by beating the bigger teams, get media mentions, put some respect to their name, and I love it so much. So let's see what the next round of the Aiteo Cup will give us to talk about.
Yeah, Austin, you're spot on. And I tried to warn Cecilia and our analyst yesterday about Gateway against Wiki Tourist, and they pretty much dismissed me. Didn't have time for what I was saying. And we've seen what has happened now. Quickly, let's just confirm the quarterfinal fixtures for you. It's going to be Gateway taking on Bayelsa United, Kano Pillars versus Sunshine Stars. There's also Rivers United versus Niger Tornadoes. And last but not the least, Nassau United will be taking on Gombe United. So that's the quarterfinal pairings for the FA Cup, the Aiteo Cup. And so back to Fisayo quickly, just like I did to my analyst yesterday. Who do you think is going to go on into the next round? That's the semifinals from this pairings.
I think this is definitely going to be very, very difficult at this stage of the competition. I think Bayelsa United will beat Gateway. Sorry, you'll be rooting for Gateway. And
of course, yeah.
They came some really big scarf in Aqua United and Wicked Tourist, but Bayelsa United, just like Austin said earlier on, they are a formidable side looking to go back into the MPFL, and they have top quality players, I must say. So, and maybe I have this sentiment of being my neighbors here in Port Harcourt.
Yeah, understandable.
Maybe, yeah. So, but some games that will be very tricky for me. Kano Pillars against Sunshine Stars might go down to the wire again. Remember on Sunday in the MPFL, Sunshine Stars defeated Kano Pillars in Akure. Yes. Now this is going to be a neutral ground. I've never been convinced by Kano Pillars. I've seen them a whole lot of time this season. I've never been convinced whenever they're playing outside of Kano. And this time around, Sunshine Stars, their last 2 rounds, they won on penalties. Also yesterday against Green Berets. And I think this game can get to penalties again, Pillars against Sunshine Stars. And whoever is more prepared might just take it there. Rivers United against Niger Tornadoes, it's going to be a very difficult one because 2 years ago, Niger Tornadoes ended the very mazy run of Rivers United in the semi-final. Rivers United had not considered a goal up to the semi-final stage before they met Tornadoes, and Tornadoes beat them 2-1, and they went ahead to lose in the final to Pillars. So this time around, I think Rivers United might exact some revenge over the Ikonala boys.
Okay.
And I think Rivers United are playing with much more freedom now, with much more glee. So I think they might have a little more than enough for Niger Tornadoes. And in the final game, that's Nasarawa United.
Nasarawa
They can
Gombe.
do no wrong at the moment. They can do no wrong at the moment, but make no mistakes about it. Gombe United are also another formidable side. They are primed to return to the NPFL. They should be in the NNL Super 8. And these teams like Bayelsa United, like Gombe United, like Niger Tornadoes, they refuse to let go some of the players that played for them in the NPFL. So they have enough experience, players of NPFL quality playing for them right there in the NNL. So that's why they could easily ruffle feathers with some of these big guns. So I think Nassau United might just edge it, but this is capable of also going to penalty shootouts.
Wow. Indeed, a lot of tight games indeed in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Austin, over to you. Take a stab at this. I know you don't like doing this because of your past experience and all of that. You've been made to eat humble pies a lot of times, So, but just give it a shot.
And I'll try. I think from the last round of results we saw, Nasarawa United got the most convincing, beating Plateau United 3-1. So you'd expect them to keep that momentum going against Gombe United. I'll tell Rivers United to be very careful against Niger Tornadoes. They cannot afford to be complacent in any way, because if they do, they'll get punished. I think Sunshine Stars, Kano Pillars will also be a good one. For Sunshine Stars now, they are playing for just two things: win the Aiteo Cup and keep their status in the MPFL. So you don't want to play that sort of team now, because the objectives are very clear. And as Fisayo said, if you check some of the games that Kano Pillars have lost this season, you ask questions. I'm not saying Sunshine Stars have been all that, but now that the sun is looking like it's shining again in Akure, they want to, start playing the football that we know them for. So they might stun Kano Pillars, so they have to be very careful. Yeah, I agree that Bayelsa United have the edge over Gateway United, but what a story Gateway they've been telling us: beat Aqua, beat Wiki, so they might just want to, get us talking some more. But if you check Tayo, out of 4, I've just been able to tell you just 2, just so I can stay safe. I've told you that Nasarawa United will beat Gombe, and I said it might go down the wire between Sunshine Stars and Kano Pillars. Let football give you the other 2 results.
Playing it safe.
He doesn't want to eat another humble pie. I understand. I mean, you've eaten it several times, so it's not only time we potato
full from it.
Right. From it. Let's leave the Aiteo Cup, and as Ossie mentioned, football will do the rest of the business, because football is so unpredictable. If it was, it won't be so interesting, right?
Exactly.
Okay, maybe football would have gone home if it was that easy. Okay, let's talk about this one. I mean, like last season, the whole summer was all about Lionel Messi. Will he go? Will he stay? I mean, finally now, after a whole lot, the president left, the former one that was there before came back, and then Messi has signed a new 5-year contract. And people have been asking, why would he have to wait this long if he knew he was going to sign? Because at that time, he wasn't going to have a pay cut. He was going to have his full salary. But now, he signed 5 years, 50% pay cuts, and there are so many questions that have been asked. And some are saying it's patriotism, some are saying it's loyalty, because you hardly see a one-man club these days. I'm going to PSG and earn so much money, but he decided to okay, let me help my club and stay at Barcelona. So I'll start with you, Fisayo. What do you think about this Messi's new deal, Barcelona for life? That's what it's looking like. It's 34 already.
It's going to be 39 at the end of the deal.
Yeah, this is a massive coup for Barcelona, even much more than Messi. But I didn't abort the thought for once that he's going to leave Barcelona.
Same here.
Because if he was going to leave at the expiration of his deal, I think that deal would have been announced before the season ended. So when everyone started doing graphics here and there, that he has done Shooting Stars, and Sunshine, and also I knew, he was going to stay. And if you looked at the pattern of the transfer deals that Barcelona have been doing in the last 1 month or so, bringing in Memphis Depay, bringing in Messi's age-long friend Sergio Aguero, you always have this feeling that he would stay. Although I didn't know that he was going to sign as much as a 5-year deal, but it's as good as saying that I'm going to retire, I'm going to even coach after my retirement and stuff like that. It's not a surprise. So to your question that why did he wait this long, maybe he might have his reasons. That there was this speculation about one loyalty bonus once the transfer expires. Once the current deal expired in June 30, sort of, that's a big fat paycheck. Maybe that might be the reason. But like I mentioned earlier on, I, for one, did not abhor the thought, for one, that he was going to leave Barcelona.
Indeed, yeah. So, Austin, quick, over to you. I was seeing pictures from the Barcelona game, Laporta and all of that. We knew there were issues with Messi and the former presidents, Bartomeu. And as soon as Bartomeu left, then the chances of Messi actually renewing became clearer. So this hasn't come as a surprise to me at all. But what is interesting about this new deal is the fact that Messi is taking a massive pay cut as well to remain at Barcelona. Of course, his 50% to be precise, his last contract was worth over 500 million euros over 4 years.
So this Messi issue first, what he tried to do to us is to tell us to just shut up and mind our business. Just try to tell us, a shame on all of you who think that I'm going to leave a club where I'm the record highest goal scorer with 672 goals. He has won about 10 La Liga titles, 4 Champions League, 7 Copa del Rey's, Ballon d'Ors here and there, So I knew it was going to be very difficult for such a player to leave. And when Juan Laporta came in, it says his major objective is to keep Lionel Messi. And now he's a winner, because you don't want to be that president that it was under your leadership that you lost the legend of a club.
True.
So I don't know the details of this reduction in wages that has been in the media, but I know for a player of Messi's weight, it must be a win-win for him. Tayo Cecilia Fisayo. Let's take a look at it. They might not come out to give us details, but you might find out that he has percentage in gate takings, in merchandising. It's a lot, they'll just come out and tell us what we need to talk about. But Messi staying back in Spain must some way, somehow, anyhow you want to look at it, will benefit the player called Lionel Messi. But in the end, it's good branding for Barcelona that they have this legend staying back at the club. Is a huge motivation to our players. If Messi had left Barca this season, I told a friend that it will leave a permanent dent, that they will just go there, put paint on it. Next season, it will renew. They'll keep painting it because this club history started around Messi in the last 10 to 12 years. So it's very difficult to let him go.
So for you, it's not all about loyalty, right? It's not about loyalty. The fact that Messi is kind of sentimentally attached to Barcelona. He's been there from the age of 13.
Cecilia, will simply as kiss that badge when they scored. Thierry Henry did it a lot before he left Arsenal to sign for Barcelona. So sometimes you question the loyalty of players, but I can genuinely tell that Messi loves Barcelona.
100%.
I don't know about loyalty because you can tell that he loves the club. So he wasn't happy with all of the media scuffle that we had that last time when his contract was running out. You could tell that he wasn't comfortable even talking about it because he felt like he was betraying the club. But he didn't like what was happening under the last president. And sometimes you don't just want to come out and criticize leadership openly. So to an extent, loyalty, but to a larger extent, is all love that Messi has got for Barcelona.
Love and loyalty, I think it's almost the same, right?
Unofficial announcements of this deal is expected.
Love conquers all, Cecilia.
Messi right now is currently on holiday with his family after winning the Copa America last weekend. Is expected to link up with Ronald Koeman's side later in the summer. So when Barca opened the La Liga season on August the 15th against Real Sociedad, you expect to see Lionel Messi file out and lead Barcelona in that game. We need to go on a break now. When we come back, we have a first major move post the Euros involving one of the best players of the tournament. Stick with us for details of that and more. You're welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. We still have Fisayo Dairo as well as Austin Okonakman from London. Before we went on the break, we talked about our first major deal, football transfer after the Euros, and it has been coming, but it's now official. That's Donnarumma, the goalkeeper and the player of the tournament at the Euros, has now joined PSG on a 5-year deal after leaving AC Milan.
For free. Yeah, he's just 22. Yeah, that's emphasis on the for free. Fisayo, what do you think? I'm looking at AC Milan. I'm wondering, why would you allow a talented young goalkeeper like this?
They didn't allow him. He left because he refused to sign a new deal.
What
Apparently,
before that?
They couldn't
Match?
They couldn't match his wage demands.
So that's it.
Yeah,
so
but if you don't have the money, what do you do? It's AC Milan, for crying out loud, not PSG.
Sell some and keep him. Fisayo, I mean, I don't know. Is it a good move for Donnarumma? Basically, let's start from that.
Absolutely, it can't be a bad move for the player because he's moving from a club that has gradually stooped into mediocrity over the past 5-7 years, and he's moving on to a highly ambitious side. I understand the pains and the resentment that Bianconeri supporters have for Donnarumma because for the past 3 years, the club have tried their best to please him. You know, they signed his brother, they increased his wages, they did all sorts, you know. He was in the news. There was a time he wanted to join Real Madrid. But he's 22. He should be playing in the Champions League every season. And now his performance at the European Championship just confirmed to everyone, maybe for many people that do not watch the Serie A very well, that this guy, at this point, might be no player is bigger than any club, but we can say this guy is bigger than Milan, Milan's level, Milan's ambition. So if you join Paris Saint-Germain, a club that's still looking for that holy grail of the UEFA Champions League year after year, that is the kind of place you want to belong to. And for once again, like I said, his performances at the Euros just justifies his yearning of joining a far bigger side. And I think PSG, as at 2021 July, are a far bigger side than AC Milan.
Interesting. He's going to earn a lot of money as well. Austin.
Yeah. So, Tayo, once again, this is what success does, you know. Success will clear whatever doubts your critics have about you. It will put some, assurance out there. He's young. He had a fantastic performance at the Euros. But questions when he gets to PSG. Is he going to put Keylor Navas on the bench?
100%.
Sergio Rico, is he going to put them on the bench?
100%.
Yeah, but what has happened at the Euros, some good competition, and I must say that PSG just gotten themselves a very good goalkeeper. But let's see. It would have been silly for AC Milan to allow him to stay to the point that he became a free agent. I keep telling clubs, 1 year, if you are seeing the body language, sell that player, make money out of that player. Don't just lose them and then you start crying the next day. But Donnarumma, what a goalkeeper! Huge, confident, fierce. PSG has gotten themselves a very fantastic goalkeeper.
Indeed, this guy made his debut at 16 for AC Milan, 16 years old. I wonder what Austin was doing at 16 and Fisayo as well.
Tayo, don't even make me brag about my playing days. I was banging street goals everywhere. Go ask
Yeah, you were playing street football and also preparing for your wife. We know that. Yeah. I mean,
But guys, you know what? Let's go and do a research about the name Gianluigi. That name, I think, is blessed with fantastic goalkeepers.
Incredible.
So the next goalkeeper that might be having is because Gianluigi Buffon is leaving, and we are talking about Gianluigi Donnarumma. So
wow.
I think we
There's
should look
another one
into
that's
that.
but okay, if you want your son to be a good goalkeeper, there's already a name.
Yes.
Just name it that you'll be successful.
GG.
Well, and it's a note that he actually made about 251 appearances at San Siro. So for him to go over to Paris Saint-Germain right there, I don't know how it's going to feel like, like being in a club since 16 and living at 22.
Yeah.
And he's living on a free. There's no loyalty anywhere except Lionel Messi. So that's the way it is. All right, I want to thank you guys for taking our time to join us this morning, especially Fisayo Dara. Of course, Austin, he's our correspondent, so
He's a
no
part
thanks
of
to
us.
you.
Yeah,
he's
no
part of here. But Fisayo, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
The pleasure is mine. It's good to be in the midst of some big names in the industry.
Thank you, Austin. Don't mind
my
Cecilia.
guys. Fisayo, let me join my guys to also say thank you for joining the show.
Thank you very much. Stay, Austin.
All right, and have a great day, guys. Thank you.
Catch you all some other time, hopefully very soon. Okay, before we look at the papers, Cecilia, let's have a look at some of the messages that are coming in. Do we have time for that? We'll just go straight to the papers.
Okay, I think we have time maybe for 2 or 3. Okay.
The long ones, though.
Collins. Okay. It's a whole long. Okay, let me see. I'm going to spend close. I'll see if I can do it in 30, maybe 10 seconds. It says, congratulations to Barcelona as Lionel Messi is about to, put pen to paper. He will play with a strange passion and a sense of complete fulfillment, having taken the ugly monkey of not winning any major international trophy with the senior side off his back. Secondly, the shape of Nigerian league football is changing for good. Just take a look at the officiating. It's not as bad as it used to be. Kudos to the management company, talking about LMC and all the stakeholders. They say, okay, God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Austin Ebele, yes, this is coming from Austin Ebele. He says, I'm happy that the speculations on Lionel Messi's future has been put to rest. It would have been a tough decision for Messi to leave Barcelona. Messi has never hidden his love for Barcelona. I believe he wanted to concentrate on the Copa America before discussing his future with Barcelona. Now that the burden of not winning international trophy with Argentina has been lifted off his shoulders, watch for Messi in the coming season.
Yes.
Okay, and the final one, HKZ. Yeah, HKZ talking about the Olympics and the Aiteo Cup. He says, I feel that something good will come out of the Nigerian contingent to Tokyo 2020 Olympics. It is unfortunate that we have less than 60 athletes, but I believe the lads are ready to write their names in gold, literally, except some upsets in this sport. Expect some upsets in this Olympic Games. Okay, and the Aiteo Cup belongs to Canopilas. All right. Then he also talked about Messi. He said, I love Messi as a player. However, we should all move on away from Messi issue. Yeah, you can't move on from Messi.
How
He's
can
one
you
of the
move on?
greatest
How
of all time,
how
if
can?
not the greatest. He's
Exactly.
on that.
All right, let's go to the papers now, Cecilia, before we call it a day.
All right, I'll start with Complete Sports here. And Complete Sports, there you have Osimhen Eboué to clash in Serie A openers. Napoli face Venezia. The fixture is out, so I'm going to love this. Definitely want to watch this opening game. And Haaland drops hint of Dortmund stay. I mean, the owners have been saying that they don't want, it's not for sale, I think for now. But maybe 2 seasons from now, he might just, I don't know, when the money is right, he may leave. Okay, and Chelsea set £25 million asking price for Zuma. Is he leaving? Benitez won Longley at Everton. Isn't the goalkeeper that makes mistakes? Okay, whatever.
No, that's a defender from from Barca.
Barcelona.
Yeah, Longley. Okay. Yeah. Rafa is trying to reshape that Everton side.
You know, Tayo, I was thinking. I remember the rivalry, Merseyside derby.
Yeah.
What? Okay, you were on the other side, and now you're on the other side. I can't wait for the first one. I
can't wait
derby, because how do you coach Liverpool and Everton?
Yes.
It's like leaving Barcelona to coach Real Madrid. It's hard.
Yeah.
Or leaving Inter Milan to coach AC Milan. I mean, that's the rivalry. Or leaving a United to coach Manchester City.
Rafa
is doing it. Well, he's not an Englishman, so
he's a professional.
So he's a professional.
Yeah,
that's how
exactly.
Do that.
He doesn't really have that sentimental attachment like
to
that.
The club. But why he was there?
Yeah, of course he did a good job for them. Now he's moved on. Now it's moved on.
I never believed he would return to England and want to coach Everton.
It'll be very interesting to see the kind of reception it gets at Anfield when it brings Everton for their league match. Let's go to Sporting Life now. Stories concerning Paul. All right. Let's go to Sporting Sun.
Yeah, we have Sporting Sun here and 2022 AFCON draw. Super Eagles in Pot 1 may draw Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Egypt in group stage. Okay, Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Egypt in group stage. It could be any of them, not all of them in one group. That's what it means. So it's not all of them in one group, Tyler. We need to clarify that. Why are you laughing?
I mean, what a group that would be.
No, it can't happen. It's not Euros where you have Portugal, Germany, and France in one group. Come on. That's why those guys left in the round of 16. They couldn't even get to the quarterfinals. Okay. CR7, okay. That is not too good. Sheiks wins Euro goal of the tournament.
Course,
it's expected, of course. 49 years out. Yeah. I've never seen that.
Yeah, what a goal that was. I'll talk about Patrick Schick.
And Chukwueze fit again to join club's pre-season. Wow, congratulations. That's a big one,
yeah. Towards the end of last season, that injury just kind of messed up.
Yeah.
But it's good to see him back. I actually returned last year as well, last season, but just couldn't get to play. But with the summer break and all of that now, it's good to see him on the pitch again. And hopefully he can start the season on fire.
We're rested. And the final one I'm going to take before I leave the studio right now, McGregor makes a 3.61 million pounds in UFC defeat. He broke his leg in that, but he made so much.
What is it? 3.6. 3.6. Wow.
3.6 million.
McGregor is
for breaking his leg.
Yeah, I mean, just one round, you earn this kind of money, and that's why Conor is the biggest when it comes to sports.
When is he retiring again?
Yeah, we don't know yet. It says Conor McGregor's had a successful surgery, and it says it's going to come back bigger and better next year. So, fingers crossed, we'll see how it pans out. Of course, I wish him all the fullest recovery from that operation. That's it for the show now. Cecilia, we got to go. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully, you can join us again tomorrow. I am Tayo Salam.
I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Bye for now.